Hello, BookTube. Hello, friends. Welcome to Lizziefaye Loves Books. I'm Elizabeth. And in this video, I'd like to share with you what I'd like to read in the month of July. Of course, the month beginning of the second half of the year, and there's so many different updates and things that I would love to do videos about. It's just a matter of whether I can find the time or make the time or whatever. I started a second channel earlier this year, and I haven't done a video on that channel in quite some time. So I do want to try to prioritize that sometime this month. But for now, let me just share with you what I'd like to read in the month of July. I'm finishing up a couple of reading challenges that I've been doing for several months, and I'm going to participate in 2 readathons, kind of low-key, but still planning to participate. And really, other than book club, I've just got a stack of things that I just want to read. And I mean, there's plenty of other things that I want to read as well, but these are the things that I'm probably most likely to pick up. They're things that mostly I can get on audio, and things that I'm right this minute kind of in the mood to read. Now, I'm typically not a mood reader, but sometimes I let my mood kind of steer me in a particular direction. But let me share with you what I am planning to read. So the readathons that I'm planning to do, one of them is Jane Austen July. Now, I don't know that I've ever participated in Jane Austen July. I'm not a big classics reader, at least adult classics. I love children's classics, but adult classics I have a little harder time with. I have enjoyed Jane Austen's books. I've read 4 of them, I think, at this point. And I will be frank, though, I have a hard time really following the story completely until I see a movie. So this year, I think I'm going to read Persuasion. It's one of the 2 main novels that I have not read. I've already checked it out on audio. And I will probably listen to that and then see if I can find a movie adaptation. And then maybe even go back and listen to some of it again if I'm having a hard time with the story. Now, I have no idea what this one's about. I just know how I typically have been in the past with Jane Austen books. I will listen to it, read it, whatever, and then as soon as I can see it on screen, then it starts to kind of come together in my head. So we'll see how that goes. Then the other readathon that I'm planning to do is the Retro Romance Readathon. That is hosted by 2 of my good friends, Storm from Storm Reads and Sarah the Bookish Knitter. The goal here is to read some romances that are more than 20 years old. And I will most likely pick up some Debbie Macomber books on audio. At this moment, I don't know exactly what I will read. And then the 2 challenges that I've been working on for quite a while that are finishing in the month of July. I'm so excited that, I could check these challenges off my list, and the series actually in one case, and that is the Triple Top Treat Read Along. That is a challenge that we've been doing with the Killing Time with Cozies group, where we've been reading all 3 of the Jen McKinley Cozy Mystery Series in publication order. And we've got 1 left to read this month. It just came out. I believe it's called Fondant Fumble. I don't have it yet. I haven't checked it out or anything, but I saw that it did just pop up on Hoopla on audio, so I will most likely listen to it on audio. And I'm excited about it. I'm excited because that's 3 series that I can check off my list. And we started this challenge in January of 2023. So it's been a long commitment. Even though I have been faithfully reading and listening to the books, I have been very delinquent in leaving comments. The place to leave comments is on Melmac's Discord. If you're in the Killing Time with Cozies group, you know about Melmac and how to get to her Discord. If you don't, I'll try to find a link and leave it for you in the, if you comment, then I'll comment back with a link. But that is where we have been discussing these books, but I have not been discussing. I did pretty good the first few months, and then I kind of fell off the wagon. But I'm been reading the books and talking about them here. So anyway, let me know if you have been also doing that challenge, and if you are caught up or close to being caught up with that challenge. All right, then the other challenge is to read the first 10 Nancy Drew books. We've been doing that with Mitzi on her Voxer group, Let's Read Nancy Drew. And the challenge today was just to read the first 10 Nancy Drew books. And so we are there. We're reading Password to Larkspur Lane. and I'm excited about it. Interesting little factoid about this particular book. This actual book is one of the oldest books that I own, one of the oldest books on my shelf that I have owned the longest, because this was my sister's book. And when I was, when I was younger and started reading Nancy Drew, she was older than me, and she owned this Nancy Drew book. This is the only one that she owned, and she gave it to me. And so I have kept it all these years. I read it way back in the day, and now I'm going to read it again. And that kind of will go along with a little challenge that I've been thinking of doing, and I think I will invite you along. It will probably involve a whole announcement video and all of that, but let me just give you a little sneak preview for those of you who are watching this video. Something I'm thinking about doing is something I think I'm going to call Oldest August. And I will challenge myself, and you as well, to go through all your different lists of things, your wish lists from various places, your Goodreads list, all of that, and find the oldest book on each of those lists and try to read as many of your oldest books as you can in the month of August. So let me know how that goes. Anyway, I will probably do a whole video about it, but it'll be coming up probably pretty soon if we're going to do it in August, because July is starting now. Anyway, I am going to read this one in July, though. I won't save it for August, but I've already kind of been looking on my shelves to see where my oldest books are. But I'm thinking, like, my oldest book on my Goodreads want to read list, the oldest book on my Libby wish list, things like that is kind of what I'm thinking about doing for this challenge. We'll see if it comes together. Then another challenge that I'm not finishing quite yet, but I'm going to work on it a little bit more this month is the ABC challenge that was started a couple of years ago in the Killing Time with Cozy's group. They all, they did it the first year, and they started over and did it the second year. I don't even know if they're doing it this year, but I said I was going to go in ABC order, and I have been. I'm still on my first set of ABCs, though, and I probably will not start over and do it again because it's taken me 3 years to do the first one. But anyway, I'm up to S. I've been holding this up for at least 2 months prior to this. I am going to get to this one this month because I already have it checked out on Hoopla on audio. The Secret Book and Scone Society by Ellery Adams. I don't know if I'll get any more done in this series or not, but I will definitely listen to that book in July. And then my T book is going to be Tippy Toe Murder by Leslie Meyer. This is book 2 in the Lucy Stone series. And since it's book 2 and it's been years since I read or listened to book 1, which is Mistletoe Murder, I went ahead and checked out Mistletoe Murder as well, because now a lot of these are on Hoopla on audio. So I should be able to kind of breeze through several books in this series in a shorter amount of time, because I don't have to, rely on my own 2 eyes to read them. Anyway, I will get through this one, and after I'm done with those 2, this one I am going to need to read in print, I believe. It's not on Hoopla. I haven't checked Everand yet, but this one I think is book 9 in the Knitting Mysteries by Maggie Sefton. If I'm wrong about the number, I'll put the right number here. I own this book, and I have read, I've been reading this series in order, but it's been a couple of years or more since I picked one up. And I'm looking forward to getting to this one. I hope that I enjoy it more than the last 2 or 3. I really enjoyed the first maybe like 5 or 6 books. And then they kind of started, I don't want to say going downhill, but the main character started doing things I didn't really like, and it kind of turned me off of the series a little bit, and maybe that's why I've been reluctant to pick up this next one. But anyway, this is going to be my U book, and after that, I think the next few books in the series are on Hoopla on audio, so I will be able to kind of breeze through the rest of the series a little faster. Then I have a couple of book club books. Well, really, I just have one book club book that I need to read for July, and that is The First Ladies by Marie Benedict. I don't know anything about this except that it's about the First Ladies. I don't know which First Ladies, but anyway, I'm going to listen to this one. This is a CD version. Our mystery book club is reading The Windsor Knot. I can't think of the author now. It's someone with initials, but I listened to that one already in June. For August, if I can get to either one of them, I will. I'm trying to think now what I need to read for August. One is by Jojo Moyes, something about shoes. I'll try to put it here. And then for my mystery book club, I am looking forward to this one. It's by Robert Thorogood. It's book 2 in the Marlowe book club, I think. something about Marlowe, Death Comes to Marlowe, or something like that. It's book 2 in the series. I really did enjoy the first book. We read it last year. So that's going to be for my mystery book club. And I'll try to get to one or both of those as well. Then the rest of these are really kind of just because I want to. I am starting a Daniel plan group at our church, and I'm really looking forward to it. We're starting on the 8th of July. I've already read this book, but on Hoopla, I noticed that they had several of the companion books, like the journal. I'm reading the devotional book right now. I've been reading it since January or February, and there's a quick start book and a cookbook and things like that. So I checked out a few of those things because I had some Hoopla borrows that I didn't know what I was going to use for. Anyway, we're starting this group, and I'm really looking forward to it. I'm hoping that this will be just exactly what I need to help me, with some motivation and discipline and accountability to lose the weight that I want to lose. It's a program with 5 different disciplines: faith, food, fitness, focus, and friends. And I also hope it's going to be fun. So I'll let you know how it goes. Oh, also, I didn't mention the Summer Big Book Challenge. I had kind of talked myself out of reading a big book this year, or really this is more of a mammoth book. I was planning to read A Column of Fire by Ken Follett this year, because last year I read World Without End. The year before that I read Pillars of the Earth. Then I kind of talked myself out of it, and then I heard about the Big Book Summer Challenge. Well, big book by BookTube definition really just means 400-page book. This is more of a mammoth book. It's over 900 pages, but still, I do like to read at least one big epic book per year, but I didn't own this, and I don't know, I talked myself out of reading it. But then I saw it on the book sale shelf the other day at our public library, and they sell paperbacks for 50 cents. This is a paperback, even though it's giant, this was 50 cents. So I thought, okay, I'm going to go ahead and get it. I don't know if I'll start it yet or not, but I might. I really have enjoyed the first 2 books. So, and I own it now, so it's not going to be a big rush to read it. I might just pick it up and chink away at it over the next couple of months. Maybe try to get it done by the end of summer. I don't know. We shall see. But what I do want to get to very soon is the next book in the Reacher series, Jack Reacher series by Lee Child. The next one I'm up to is Worth Dying For. I've really, really enjoyed the series, and can't wait to read more. I've been listening to them for the most part on audio, but a couple of times I've had to read them in print, and they are unputdownable. I will read them any way I can get them. I also went ahead and checked out No Middle Name, which is a book of short stories, because I noticed that I think after this book, there is maybe 3 short stories that are listed in the timeline order. I don't know if they're in this or not. I have read a couple of short stories out of this. I want to, as I go through the list, read the short stories that fit into the timeline order, and hopefully that'll cover all of these. If it doesn't, then I'll come back and I might just read all of these again. I don't know. We'll see. But I have really enjoyed the Reacher series. Another book that I would possibly listen to on audio this month is just because I enjoyed several other books in the series in June, for June on the Range, and that is the Preacher books by William Johnstone, or the First Mountain Man series is the official title. And I'm up to book 8, so I might possibly listen to that. I have not checked it out from Hoopla, but I do own a physical copy of it. And then another book I own a physical copy of, I don't have to check it out, this one out on ebook, is the next book in the Kavanaugh Justice series by Marie Ferrarella. This is an older, this might even count as a retro romance, I'm not sure. It might be just too new. Well, this is 2004, so yeah, I could count this as a retro romance. It's a series that's still being written, but it started, I think, in 2003, and this is book 4. And I have enjoyed the first 3 so far, and I own most of them now, so I'm going to definitely continue reading the series. Then I have been saying the last couple months that I have been in the mood to read Star Wars books, and I did read 3 Star Wars books in the month of June. Only one of them was a full-length adult novel. That I did read 2 junior novels. So the next 2 regular full-out adult novels that I need to read is the third book in the the original Han Solo adventures, Han Solo and the Lost Legacy, and then the novelization of Return of the Jedi. The next three after that are the Lando Calrissian adventures. These were all published in the 1980s. So that is my goal for the summer, is to finish all of the Star Wars books that were published in the 1980s. And after that, I will I'll go from there. I'll probably read Heir to the Empire. The next one published after that. It was published in 1991, and we'll go from there. I don't know exactly the order I will go in. I might just stay in publication order. I'm kind of wired that way. So we shall see. But in the middle of that, I will mix in the junior novels and maybe some YA novels and things like that. I think that's everything that I am at this moment planning to read. I'm sure I will pick up other things. I might put some of these away and bring up other things, but definitely the challenges and the things like that I want to finish and do, I will definitely do, because I'm very task oriented, although I am going to let myself do a bit of mood reading this month. Another challenge that I have not talked about lately is my quest to read all of the Newbery winners, and that's really because I finished all the Newbery winners of the 1930s. I just haven't had a chance to make a video about them, so I need to get that video done in July, and then probably in August I can pick back up and read the last few books that I still need to read to finish that whole project. But for now, that's all for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you're having a great day. Read a good book, and God bless you.